Let me come home. Ooh, let me come home, baby.
Hello, welcome to my show. My name is Xiomara. These are the chronicles of my experiences when I drove black car in New York City. I've met some of the most interesting people New York City has to offer. It was fun and enlightening. The show is called Taxi Lady Confessions NYC. But to be honest, it wasn't so much them confessing as much as it was us just being real with each other. If you would like to know more about me, you could do so by clicking on this same channel, 007 Xiomara, and click on the intro, and you could see what else it is that I do besides drive. Meanwhile, let's ride. So, what are your views on politics these days?
Well, that's really funny because I actually work at a political consulting firm.
No way.
I am a blue blood Democrat, and I work for a Democratic consulting firm.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your views these days? What would you like to talk about in terms of like what change would you make? Who would you implement to make the change?
Well, I think, it's weird. I think Obama is really smart and really talented and has accomplished a lot of things, but I don't think he knows how to brag about himself. I think he kind of just lets everyone do the talking for him, and it would be really nice if he actually did some good PR about what he's done. Like, people who are gay can serve in the military. There's a nuclear, disarmament. There are national health care. There is, some very tangible things that he's accomplished that he just kind of lets the Republicans blow to smithereens. So if he were to actually take some pride in what he's done, things might actually be a little different. But he lets all the Republicans say whatever they want, even if it's not true.
Wow.
And but I think at the end of the day, people know that all the people who are running for Republican are incompetent. So even the Republicans are like, oh God, I don't even like Romney, I don't like I don't like anyone. So I think by default Obama's going to win regardless.
So yeah, I really enjoy traveling, and I like to learn, so I guess that's why I ended up studying abroad, because I like to learn about different cultures, and I like to learn in general a different place. I was studying the same type of study. I was studying international affairs, but because I got to study in Australia, I got to study from a different perspective than what you would learn, I guess, in the U.S.
Okay. And so, what's your nationality and background?
I say that I'm African American, but I acknowledge that my family is mixed, and so I would say it's mixed with Spanish Creole and Caucasian and also black.
And you learned Portuguese how?
I studied at school, and then from living in Brazil, my Portuguese got a lot better, actually.
That's very impressive. And so, what would you say that you learned from studying abroad?
From studying abroad, I would say that I learned how to relate to other cultures, and I learned how to adapt to new situations, because being in Brazil and Australia are completely different, and it forced me to, for one, learn how to get around in the big cities that I lived in, and also learn how to adapt to the culture of the city. And it's a lot harder than it would seem for the average person.
Really?
Because I think that the average person feels comfortable in the situation that they're in, and for me, I had to adapt to certain big cities depending on where I was.
What field are you in?
I'm a publicist, and I work in the wine industry. I have the best job in the world.
I love it. Yeah, I would say so. Anything having to do with wine, you got my vote.
That's right. I have to make people have a good time.
That's what's up. So, what's your best cab story ever?
My best cab story ever happened.
Besides this one, of course.
Besides this beats everything.
Okay.
Right? But apart from this, a week after 9/11, I got into a cab with 4 people, which means one of us had to sit up front.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in the cab, and there's a guy that looks Middle Eastern driving the cab, and his name is Sahid. And we start
What's his
chatting.
name?
Sahid.
Sahid.
And I start chatting because I like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him if he'd received any racism since 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a long cab drive. We got in downtown, and he took me all the way up, all 4 of us, to Washington Heights. So I get out of the cab. A week later, I'm in the Lower East Side, totally different neighborhood. Like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, totally different time. There's 4 of us again. I hail a cab. I once again hop in front. And it's the same cab driver.
No way.
It's Sahid. And I look at him, and he looks at me. He says, "Mary?" I said, "Sahid."
Wow.
He says, "If this happens again, you and I are supposed to be married." I didn't marry Sahid, so it didn't happen again.
Wow.
But what's the likelihood? One,
What is, yeah.
of like ever getting the same cab again, but
Right.
2, getting in the same cab without having been in another cab in between. Like, I hadn't been in another cab in a whole week. Isn't that crazy?
That is
It's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah. You were supposed to get his number. It was something.
There was something. There was a connection.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
wild?
And that you remembered his name.
Yeah.
You know.
Because it was 9/11, and we were all like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" You know, everything. The game changed.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
The only person who's going up against him is what's the guy's name? Mitt Romney. He's pretty good too.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, he's pretty good too. But then all presidential candidates are really good until they actually get into the White House. You know, because they tell us all these things that we want to hear, but you never know.
How many ladies I have in my car?
5.
5 sexy ladies. And where you guys coming from?
Carmel.
Carmel, where's that?
It's upstate, about an hour. Upstate.
It's an hour upstate?
She's nervous. Upstate.
Okay. And are you ladies having a good time? When did you guys arrive?
Like half an hour.
Oh, you just arrived?
Yeah, we got here. We were trying to get a cab forever, and no one would pick us up.
Yeah, because it's 5 of y'all. That's why. It's 5 of y'all.
One too many people.
Yeah, one too many people. And it's against the law. So let me ask you something. Yeah, so who almost got killed and why?
Oh, good God. Just Jennifer. A very overzealous man in Grand Central came up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm waiting for my date. What are you doing?" I was like, "Waiting for my friends." And then he continued talking to me. He was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "No, I'm here. I'm nowhere. I came from here."
He gave her a business card.
He did. And then she gave the business card to me because he's a film major. He is a film guy.
You're a film major?
I am. And she was like, here's a film guy. Like, take his card. And I was like, thanks for networking for me. I'm going to do it. I'm to do it myself. Except he's creepy, apparently, so I don't want to talk to him. He was just a little too overzealous for my liking. He's from our neck of the woods, too. I know.
Where's he from?
Bedford. I know.
Yeah, not bad.
He was like, Bedford? And I was like, I almost told him I worked in Bedford. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Never heard of it.
What's
Bedford, what's that?
I like to live.
So you ladies in school?
We should be.
We were.
Okay, so you graduate.
No.
We should be.
Let's graduate yet?
I have my associate's
She has her associate's degree,
Okay.
so she's the closest.
In what? In what?
Veterinary technology.
Good for you.
I was just on the Martha Stewart show the other day.
No way.
Swear to God. It's
Say word.
on YouTube now.
I love it.
You were all over YouTube, girl.
I was all up in that. I was on. Okay, so my boss, my veterinary, the boss that I work with, the veterinarian that I work for was on the Martha Stewart show, and they showed a video clip of me helping her examine a bird.
Oh, wow.
was
How precious is
Probably the
that?
most exciting thing that's happened in a really long time.
I know that's right. Besides this cat ride, don't get it twisted.
It just
Second
got
best
better.
to this, of course.
Right on, right on.
Barack, I think he's doing a great job. It's not an easy
Why?
job. Nobody is perfect, so.
Why do you think he's doing a great job? What has he done?
I at the end of the day, I mean, again, not into politics like that, policies and things like that, but if, as much as I can say, like, a lot of them you just feel like are BSing and lying, or people come out and things that are testaments of their moral character, or the things that they say is just so ridiculous, where they are so far removed from like the life of the average citizen, that I think when he speaks, he does speak with a certain sincerity. Not just speak, but I think the things that he does, you hear little things, you know what I mean? Who was it? Rush Limbaugh called the girl a slut. Like, for your president to reach out to you and be like, I'm sorry that happened to you, that's just basic kindness. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is bigger a lot of times. It speaks bigger than to a bill or a law. Those things are important too. But I just think we live in a time where people a lot of times don't show caring and kindness.
We live in Massachusetts.
We live in we live in Long Island.
No, we don't. We live in Massachusetts.
Okay, you Massachusetts.
Massholes.
Are you all from Massachusetts?
No.
Shrek is from New York.
You want me to hold that for you?
Don't call him Shrek.
Don't call him Shrek. He's a good-looking dude.
We live in Connecticut, but I'm originally from Long Island.
Oh, awesome.
And he's from Westchester.
I went to Fordham.
Shut up! Yes, I went to Fordham.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
In the Bronx. We're not excited, Massachusetts.
So what are you guys doing now?
We're just hanging. We're going out for the night. We're going to Ludlow.
Left all the kids at home, going
Seems
out.
like going to Ludlow.
What's the name of the club you're going to?
Pianos.
We're going to do that piano. We're going to do that piano. We're going to do that piano.
Wow, hi.
Wow, hi. You know what? You blowing me up on camera? You blowing me up on camera? Are you serious? Are you serious?
How do you get in the movie if you talk about
Who
drugs?
talks about Chiba anymore? Who says the word Chiba anymore?
Chiba!
You could tell. I told you.
40-year-old men say
Chiba!
Nobody calls it Chiba anymore, dude. I just want to hit you with that. I just want to hit you with that. No
40-year-old men say Shiba.
Shiba?
And you're not even saying Chiba, you're saying Shiba.
Shiba!
So you've been drinking along with smoking.
Pops?
He's 40.
I love it.
He's not.
How old are you?
40? Yeah.
No, 38.
No, you're not 40.
Shiba!
I'm dating you in the fact that you still say Shiba.
Shiba!
Mark, how do you feel? This is a
Danielle
one
said
cab
good.
ride.
How big is
This
your
is
black bag?
This is a one cab ride in New York where we're pretty sure the cabbie's not a terrorist.
That's right.
Yeah. You're not the 20th hijacker, are you?
No.
I don't think so.
They couldn't do anything to make me
No,
go
no,
against
no.
New York, baby.
Yeah.
I love New York. I love
That's
it.
right.
I love it.
12
What is your take on him?
He's a religious right-wing person. He has like no understanding of anything other outside of abortion, which, you know, as a woman, he is so clearly familiar with. You know,
Right.
you have to convince me that you know more about something that you couldn't possibly understand. So, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm pro-abortion. Like, I don't know if I were to get pregnant like tonight, and you know, I had a choice. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I choose to have the kid, but the point is that decision is mine.
Exactly.
And that's you know, everyone has, you know, you don't want to. I've seen too many kids grow up with like drug addictions at birth, you know, because their mom was forced to have them because they couldn't afford to have an abortion because insurance wouldn't cover it.
Right.
I mean, is that right?
No. If you don't have abortion, people are still going to abort,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be more dangerous
Right, for the woman.
for the woman
everyone.
and for the fetus. You know. So I mean, it's kind of like caveman to even say something like, you know, a woman shouldn't have the choice to, you know, abort her child.
You know, you're never going to agree on when life begins. Like, I believe that people based on their faith are going to have very, very different beliefs. And I'm not trying to change those beliefs. I think everyone's entitled to those beliefs.
Right.
But I think that at the end of the day, there's the reality and there's theology. And at the end of the day, more women die because of illegal abortions than die when they're, you know, legal.
Right.
So at the end of the day, what's more sinful? To have a woman die?
Right.
Right now, where the Catholic Church is totally anti-OCP, you know, the contraceptives for women, whereas let me just, you know, put it out there, what 98% of women are on contraceptives, but yet we will not provide it for our working. I mean, what is it? Do these politicians just, you know,
bullshit out of their ass.
I am so beyond words. Okay, this is definitely the drunk talking right now. But let me get this straight. Oh, okay. So Newt Gingrich, second wife. How many kids does he have? Oh, but he doesn't use contraception. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyways, okay. This is
Unreal.
Unreal. You know, can we please go backwards to where women are getting all sorts of infections because they're getting abortions on the side of the street?
Right.
Let's go back there. So you know what, Obama? President Obama, I salute you. You keep doing what you do. You stand up to whatever everyone wants to resist. And maybe one day people will realize that you're actually doing the right thing. But that's liberal in me.
Mayor Bloomberg is trying to implement it so that us black cars are legal to pick up in the city. What do you think? Legal. We are not legal. We're illegal. What do you think about Mayor Bloomberg implementing that?
I mean, I guess why not?
I mean, I don't know if it'd be good or bad for you.
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah. Because then you'd have to post your rates, and people are gonna be like, well, that cab is $5 cheaper than this cab.
Exactly.
Well, we'd be the same.
Oh.
We'd be the same rate.
Oh, then that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, if you're gonna pick us up instead of these guys, that's fine. Legalize it. Amongst other things.
Legalize. Who said marijuana? I love you. But I do want to advocate for legalizing the legalization of marijuana. Actually, that's one of my things that I've been thinking about doing. How would one go about that?
Well, the
ladies?
state would definitely make a lot of money on taxes. That's for sure.
That's true. It wouldn't be bad for them at all. I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, California did it. I don't see why.
Yeah, and it's
else
working out pretty well over there.
And it's doing well over there.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't have it here.
Has everybody seen that new TV show that's on, like, what, the History Channel or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's called...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what is it called?
Weed Wars?
Yeah, or something like
War
that.
on Weed?
Oh, no, American
like
Weed. It's American Weed. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
American
I haven't
Weed?
seen it yet, but it looks really good. Yeah, it's a TV show about, I think, the legal people in California that grow it and the problems they have with law enforcement and stuff.
Yeah.